First contact gone wrong. The Axiom Alliance's survey vessel Eternal Dawn drifted silently through the outer reaches of an unremarkable solar system. Captain Vexera stood at the command center, her crystalline form refracting the soft blue light of the holographic displays surrounding her. The ship's sensors had detected something unusual, primitive radio waves carrying complex information patterns. "Analysis complete, Captain," announced First Officer K'tal, his tentacles wavering with excitement. "The signals originate from the third planet. We've detected approximately 8 billion sentient life forms." Vexera's crystalline structure pulsed with cautious interest. The Axiom Alliance had encountered numerous primitive species before, but something about these readings seemed different. "Show me their technological development timeline." The holographic display shifted, showing a rapid progression that made Vexera's crystal matrix vibrate with alarm. "Impossible," she whispered. "They progressed from primitive combustion engines to quantum computing in less than 2 centuries." The bridge crew fell silent, processing the implications. According to all known developmental models, such rapid advancement shouldn't be possible. Species needed time to adapt to their technological progress, to develop the necessary social and philosophical frameworks. "Captain," K'tal's voice carried an edge of concern. "They're detecting us." Before Vexera could respond, a transmission cut through their communication system. The universal translator struggled for a moment before converting the message. "Unknown vessel, this is Earth Defense Command. You have entered restricted space. Please identify yourself." The voice was calm, professional, but carried an undertone that Vexera's species recognized as readiness for either peace or conflict. She made her decision quickly, following standard first contact protocols. "This is Captain Vexera of the Axiom Alliance vessel Eternal Dawn. We come in peace, seeking diplomatic contact." The response came faster than expected. "Acknowledged, Eternal Dawn. Please maintain your current position while we establish secure communications." What happened next defied all of Vexera's experience. The humans didn't just establish communications, they created a real-time quantum entangled channel, a technology that the Alliance had only recently perfected. The implications were staggering. The holographic display flickered to life, showing the human female in a sleek uniform. "I am Admiral Sarah Chen of Earth Defense Command. Welcome to Sol System." Vexera noticed something in the background that sent ripples of concern through her crystalline form. Weapon systems far more advanced than the development timeline suggested possible. Either their intelligence was wrong, or "Your species presents quite the puzzle, Admiral," Vexera said carefully. "Your technological progression defies all known models." Admiral Chen's expression remained neutral, but there was a glint in her eyes. "We found that necessity drives innovation, Captain. Earth isn't the most forgiving planet. We adapted." As they spoke, K'tal's urgent whisper reached Vexera. "Captain, I'm detecting energy signatures throughout their system. They've had defensive installations cloaked this entire time. Their technological capability far exceeds our estimates." The revelation struck Vexera like a quantum surge. The Alliance had categorized countless species, but humans were different. They hadn't just developed technology. They'd hidden their true capabilities, prepared for the unexpected, ready for either friendship or conflict. "Perhaps," Admiral Chen continued, "we should discuss why the Axiom Alliance has been observing our communication signals for the past 3 months without making contact." Vexera's crystal matrix pulsed with shock. They knew. Somehow, they had detected the Alliance's stealth observers, technology that should have been undetectable to a species at their assumed level of development. "It seems," Vexera replied carefully, "that we have much to learn about each other." Admiral Chen's smile carried both warmth and warning. "Indeed we do, Captain. Indeed we do. Shall we begin formal diplomatic relations? We have much to discuss about humanity's place in the galaxy." As Vexera prepared for the most important diplomatic meeting of her career, she couldn't shake the feeling that the Axiom Alliance had stumbled upon something unprecedented. A species that had not only survived on a death world, but had thrived, advancing at an impossible rate while carefully concealing their true potential. The humans hadn't just achieved the impossible. They had done it while maintaining perfect operational security. It was then that Vexera understood. The galaxy wasn't ready for humanity, but humanity had been ready for the galaxy all along. Across the vast distance of space, Admiral Chen waited patiently for Vexera's response, her posture relaxed but alert, like a predator at rest. The future of galactic relations hung in the balance, and somehow, Vexera knew that nothing would ever be the same again. The silent response. Deep within the Cheyenne Mountain complex, Admiral Chen stood before the holographic display of the Axiom Alliance fleet. The diplomatic meeting had concluded hours ago, but its implications echoed through the command center like thunder before a storm. "They're testing our defenses," General Marcus Rodriguez observed, his weathered face illuminated by the rotating stellar map. 3 more survey ships detected at the edge of the Kuiper Belt, cloaked but not well enough. Admiral Chen nodded, watching the subtle movements of the alien vessels. The Axiom Alliance claimed peaceful intentions, but humanity hadn't survived countless wars by taking things at face value. "Show me the quantum analysis." The display shifted, revealing complex patterns of subspace distortions. Dr. Emily Wong, head of the Quantum Defense Initiative, stepped forward. "They're using their survey ships to map our defensive grid. Clever, but we detected their quantum pings the moment they started. What they don't realize," Chen mused, "is that they're mapping a defense network we want them to see." Her eyes tracked to another display, showing the true extent of Earth's defensive capabilities. Layers upon layers of technological innovation that the Alliance hadn't even dreamed possible. The room fell silent as new data streamed in. The Eternal Dawn had transmitted its first report back to the Alliance Council. Earth's quantum intercept arrays captured every byte. "They're afraid," Dr. Wong announced, analyzing the transmission. "Captain Vexera's report. She's warning them about us. Not just our technology, but our adaptability. She's recommending immediate diplomatic integration rather than their standard evaluation period." General Rodriguez laughed softly. "Seems our crystalline friend has better instincts than her superiors. Look at the Council's response." The decoded message appeared on the main screen. The Alliance Council had dismissed Vexera's warnings, attributing them to contamination by human deception. They were ordering a full technological assessment of Earth's capabilities, by force if necessary. "Predictable," Chen sighed. "They can't accept that their models of species development might be wrong." Status of Project Prometheus. Dr. Wong's fingers danced across her quantum interface. "The prototype is ready. We've successfully integrated the captured Kardashev radiation into the matrix. If they try to scan our infrastructure with their standard methods, they'll only see what we want them to see," Rodriguez finished. "But the real question is, do we show them everything if they push?" Admiral Chen walked to the window overlooking the vast underground complex. Below, engineers and scientists worked on technology that would seem like magic to most of the galaxy. Humanity had spent decades preparing for this moment, ever since they'd detected the first hints of alien civilizations. "We show them enough to make them reconsider," she decided. "The Alliance needs to understand that humanity won't be cataloged, won't be controlled, and won't be underestimated. But we keep our true capabilities in reserve." The quantum sensors suddenly flared. "Multiple ships entering the system," announced the tactical officer. 7 capital ships, Alliance military configuration. "They're not bothering to hide anymore." Chen smiled, but there was no warmth in it. "Right on schedule." Dr. Wong, initiate Project Prometheus. General Rodriguez, bring our ghost fleet to standby. Let's show the Alliance why humanity's development models don't follow their rules. Across the solar system, humanity's hidden defenses stirred to life. Quantum entangled networks activated, linking systems that the Alliance's science claimed were impossible. Ships emerged from dimensional pockets that shouldn't exist, their hulls incorporating technologies from a dozen theoretical frameworks that humanity had made real. Message from the Alliance fleet, the communications officer reported. They're demanding access to our technological database for peaceful evaluation of our development level. Send them our response, Chen ordered. The one we prepared. The message was simple, encoded in a way that demonstrated human mastery of quantum communications. The species that survive on Earth aren't the strongest or the most advanced. They're the ones that understand when to hide, when to show strength, and when to strike. We've been waiting for you. Choose carefully. As the Alliance fleet received the message, their sensors detected something that shook their confidence to the core. The humans hadn't just matched their technology. They'd taken it in directions that the Alliance had never imagined possible. The Ghost Fleet alone demonstrated mastery of principles that the Alliance's best scientists had deemed theoretical. In the Cheyenne Mountain complex, Admiral Chen watched the Alliance ships' reactions through their quantum surveillance network. "Now we wait," she said quietly. "Let's see if they're wise enough to recognize that humanity isn't just another species to be cataloged and controlled." The next few hours would determine whether humanity's first official contact with galactic civilization would end in peaceful cooperation or a demonstration of just how far humans would go to protect their independence. Either way, the galaxy was about to learn why Earth's history had forged a species unlike any other. Operation Starfall. The Alliance fleet's response came in the form of a quantum surge that they believed would disable Earth's defense systems. Instead, the surge encountered something unprecedented. A quantum mirror array that absorbed, amplified, and redirected the energy back at the Alliance ships, temporarily disrupting their own systems. In the Alliance flagship's command center, High Commander Xerxes watched in disbelief as his fleet's primary attack dissipated harmlessly against Earth's defenses. "Impossible," he whispered, his crystalline form vibrating with stress. "The energy readings, they're using our own quantum mechanics against us." "Multiple contacts," his sensor officer announced, panic evident in their harmonic voice. "Human vessels emerging from everywhere. They're using space itself as a launch platform." The human Ghost Fleet materialized from what appeared to be tears in spacetime itself. Their ships seemed to defy conventional design, incorporating organic curves with crystalline structures and energy patterns that suggested mastery of multiple technological paradigms. Admiral Chen's voice echoed through every Alliance ship simultaneously, their communication encryption crumbling before human quantum protocols. "This is your only warning. The Alliance's attempt to forcibly assess our technology constitutes an act of war. Withdraw immediately, or witness firsthand why Earth's species evolved to survive extinction-level events." In the Cheyenne Mountain complex, Chen watched the tactical display with General Rodriguez and Dr. Wang. The Alliance fleet remained in attack formation, their crystalline ships refracting sunlight like massive prisms in space. "They're not backing down," Rodriguez observed. "Arrogance or desperation?" "Both," Chen replied. "Their entire understanding of species development depends on us being inferior." Initiative Prometheus, Phase 2. Dr. Wang's fingers danced across her quantum interface. "Deploying dimensional anchors. The Alliance fleet won't be able to retreat into hyperspace. Across the solar system, human ships executed maneuvers that the Alliance's tactical computers couldn't predict. They didn't move like warships. They moved like predators, each action calculated to demonstrate not just technological superiority, but a fundamental understanding of warfare that went beyond mere technology." "Multiple quantum signatures detected," the Alliance sensor officer reported. They're everywhere. The humans are generating quantum duplicates of their fleet." Xerxes watched in horror as his tactical display became cluttered with human vessels. Some were real, some were quantum mirages, and his sensors couldn't tell the difference. Each duplicate was capable of affecting real space, creating a battle environment that defied traditional military doctrine. "Launch the suppression drones," he ordered, his voice carrying the harmonic of desperation. "Full spectrum assault. We must contain this threat before." The drones never launched. As the Alliance ships opened their deployment bays, they discovered their quantum controls had been rewritten. Humanity hadn't just defended against their technology. They'd understood it, improved it, and turned it against its creators. In the void of space, Operation Starfall unfolded like a deadly dance. Human ships phased through Alliance energy barriers, their weapons bypassing defenses that had protected the crystalline beings for millennia. Each shot was precise, disabling rather than destroying, demonstrating not just power but control. Final warning. Chen's voice resonated through the Alliance fleet. Your ships are surrounded, your retreat cut off, and your weapons neutralized. Humanity doesn't want war, but we've spent our entire history preparing for it. Stand down. Xerxes stared at his tactical display, watching as human vessels systematically disabled his fleet's primary systems. They could have destroyed the Alliance ships at any time, he realized. This wasn't just a demonstration of power, it was a lesson. All ships, he commanded, his crystalline form dimming in submission. Power down weapons. Open diplomatic channels. He paused, adding quietly, the humans, they're not just another species. They're what we should have become. In the Cheyenne Mountain complex, Chen nodded satisfactorily. Begin diplomatic initialization protocols, she ordered. And send a message to the Alliance Council. Tell them humanity is willing to share our advancements, but as equals, not subjects. They wanted to understand our technology. Let's show them how humanity's greatest strength isn't our weapons or our ships. It's our ability to turn enemies into allies. As the Alliance fleet stood down, the quantum mirages faded, revealing the true extent of human tactical innovation. They hadn't just won a battle. They'd rewritten the rules of warfare itself. The galaxy was about to learn that humanity's greatest weapon wasn't their technology. It was their endless capacity to imagine the impossible and make it real. The Awakening. In the aftermath of Operation Starfall, beneath the ice sheets of Antarctica, Dr. Emily Wong stood before a discovery that would reshape humanity's understanding of their own history. The chamber, untouched for millions of years, pulsed with a soft, ambient light that seemed to respond to human presence. The dating puts this structure at roughly 4 million years old, she explained to Admiral Chen and the Alliance representatives, including a humbled Captain Vexera. We found it during our quantum mapping projects, but we needed the Alliance's crystal matrix technology to fully unlock its secrets. The walls of the chamber were covered in flowing scripts that seemed to shift and change, responding to the observer's thoughts. But it was the central pillar that commanded attention. A towering monolith of impossible materials, its surface decorated with familiar mathematical constants. They were called the precursors, Dr. Wong continued, her hand hovering over the pillar's surface. And they did something unprecedented. They seeded Earth not with their technology, but with potential. Captain Vexera's crystalline form shimmered with recognition. The quantum anomalies in human DNA. They're not natural mutations. No, Chen confirmed. The precursors didn't give us advanced technology. They gave us the ability to imagine it, to dream it, to will it into existence. Every impossible breakthrough, every violation of what you thought were universal constants, they were all within our grasp because we were designed to see beyond conventional limits. The chamber's holographic systems activated, showing scenes from Earth's history. Every major technological leap, every seemingly impossible advancement, had been guided by humanity's unique ability to perceive quantum possibilities that other species couldn't comprehend. This is why you developed so quickly, Vexera realized, her voice carrying harmonics of awe. Your entire species exists in a quantum superposition of potential. You don't just use technology. You reshape reality's underlying fabric to make your ideas possible. Dr. Wong nodded, interfacing with the chamber systems using a combination of human quantum tech and Alliance crystal matrices. The precursors weren't building an army or creating servants. They were conducting an experiment in consciousness itself, They wanted to see if they could create a species that could transcend the traditional laws of physics through sheer force of will and imagination. The chamber's displays showed more recent events: human quantum ships phasing through space, weapons that bent probability itself, defensive systems that existed in multiple dimensional states simultaneously. Each innovation wasn't just technology. It was humanity reaching into the quantum fabric of reality and reshaping it. "But why?" asked Xerxes, who had joined them after the battle. "Why create such potential and then vanish?" Admiral Chen's expression was thoughtful. "We think they saw something coming, something that conventional technology and physics couldn't counter. They seeded multiple worlds with different potential, but Earth's harsh conditions and constant challenges pushed us to develop our abilities faster than any other site." The chamber's light pulsed stronger, responding to the growing understanding in the room. Humanity hadn't just developed advanced technology. They had become living keys to unlocking the universe's deeper mysteries. The Alliance's arrival wasn't just first contact, Dr. Wong explained. It was the beginning of the next phase. Your crystal technology, combined with our quantum perception, enables us to decode more of the precursor's message. They left warnings about something that exists between spaces, between dimensions. The chamber's displays shifted, showing dark spaces between stars, voids that seemed to consume light itself. The precursors knew they couldn't fight this threat directly, Chen continued. So they created us, a species that could perceive and manipulate reality in ways they couldn't imagine. Every technological advancement, every impossible breakthrough, was our inheritance expressing itself. Vexera moved closer to the central pillar, her crystalline form resonating with its energy. "You're not just showing us this out of scientific curiosity. You need our help." "Yes," Chen acknowledged. "The Alliance's crystal technology is the key to fully unlocking our potential. And we, in turn, can help you transcend your own limitations." The precursors didn't just create humanity. They created the possibility of a galaxy that could evolve beyond its current boundaries. As if responding to her words, the chamber's systems fully activated, projecting a map of the galaxy unlike anything they had seen before. It showed not just space and time, but layers of reality that only human quantum perception could fully comprehend. "We're not meant to be rivals," Dr. Wong said softly. "We're meant to be catalysts. Together, we can unlock abilities that neither of our species could achieve alone. The question is, are you ready to move beyond your assumptions about how the universe should work?" The Alliance representatives looked at each other, their crystalline forms reflecting the chamber's ancient light. They had come expecting to find a primitive species in need of guidance. Instead, they had found the key to the galaxy's next evolutionary leap. Breaking chains, the void between galaxies stirred. In the observation deck of the hybrid vessel Prometheus Unbound, Admiral Chen watched as reality itself seemed to shudder. The ship, a revolutionary fusion of human quantum engineering and Alliance crystal technology, registered disturbances that no single species sensors could have detected alone. "Multiple breach points forming," reported Captain Vexera, her crystalline form now housing quantum processors that enhanced her natural abilities. "The entity is making its move earlier than predicted." The combined fleet of human and Alliance vessels held position at the edge of the Milky Way. They had spent the last 6 months preparing for this moment, ever since they'd decoded the final warnings left by the precursors. The threat they had feared, a being that existed in the spaces between dimensions, had finally arrived. "All ships, battle formation Delta," Chen commanded. "Dr. Wong, initiate the quantum crystal matrix." Throughout the fleet, human quantum technology merged with Alliance crystal structures, creating a network of consciousness and technology that transcended normal spacetime. The entity had expected to find divided, vulnerable civilizations. Instead, it faced the combined potential of humanity's quantum manipulation and the Alliance's crystal harmonics. The void split open, revealing something the human minds could barely comprehend, a vast darkness that seemed to consume not just light, but possibility itself. The entity had devoured countless galaxies, erasing them not just from space, but from time, feeding on the very potential of their existence. By all known laws of physics, we shouldn't be able to even perceive it. Dr. Wang's voice came through the quantum network. But humanity's gift isn't just seeing the impossible, it's making the impossible real. The entity struck first, tendrils of void reaching out to erase the combined fleet from existence. But instead of finding easy prey, it encountered something unprecedented. The human ships phased between dimensional states, while Alliance vessels resonated at frequencies that disrupted the entity's grip on reality. Now, Chen ordered, execute Operation Lightbringer. Across the fleet, human consciousness merged with Alliance crystal matrices, creating a network of perception and possibility that the precursors themselves hadn't imagined. Every human's unique ability to manipulate quantum reality amplified through the crystalline technology, transforming the fleet into something entirely new. The entity recoiled as the combined fleet began to glow with impossible energy. Humanity's gift had never been about technology alone. It was about seeing the spaces between what was and what could be, and having the will to bridge that gap. The Alliance's crystal technology provided the perfect medium to channel this potential. We are not your prey. Chen's voice resonated through multiple dimensions, carried by the crystal network. We are the fire that burns between spaces, the light that fills the void, the bridge between what is and what can be. The entity launched another attack, trying to unmake the very space the fleet occupied. But human quantum manipulation, enhanced by Alliance crystals, had already rewritten those spaces. Reality itself began to shift as humanity's gift expressed itself fully for the first time. Dr. Wang's voice carried across the network. The precursors didn't just give us the ability to see beyond limits, they gave us the power to redefine them. And with the Alliance's help, we can finally use that power as it was intended. The combined fleet moved as one, each ship both physical and quantum, both matter and possibility. They struck at the entity not with weapons, but with pure potential, the ability to imagine and create new laws of physics, new ways of existing, new definitions of what was possible. The entity, faced with prey that could rewrite the rules it relied on, began to retreat. But humanity and the Alliance had learned from the precursors' mistakes. They weren't fighting to defeat the entity. They were fighting to transform it. We offer you a choice, Chen projected through the quantum crystal network. Continue as you are, consuming galaxies until you face another force like us, or evolve. Join us in exploring what's possible beyond mere existence. The void stirred, and for the first time in its ancient existence, the entity experienced something new, possibility. The combined power of human quantum manipulation and Alliance crystal technology had shown it a path beyond consumption, beyond the endless hunger for what was, to the infinite potential of what could be. As the entity's darkness began to resonate with new frequencies, Admiral Chen turned to Vexera. The precursors were right. The greatest threats can't be defeated. They have to be transformed. That's why they gave us the power to imagine beyond limits. And why we needed to find each other, Vexera agreed, her crystalline form pulsing with quantum energy. Neither of our species could have achieved this alone. The precursors didn't just create humanity. They created the possibility of today. The void between galaxies filled with new light as the entity began its transformation. Humanity had proven that the impossible was merely the beginning, that limits existed only in the mind, and that the greatest power in the universe was the ability to imagine something better. The combined fleet held position, watching as their greatest threat became something entirely new. They had done more than save the galaxy. They had shown that evolution, cooperation, and imagination were forces more powerful than any weapon, any technology, or any ancient horror. The age of limits was over. The age of possibility had begun.